welcome to Lone Look Reviews, where we watch United games so you don't have to. For today's talking points, we have a bunch of them, and we're going to start off with Manchester United and how we performed the last two games, which was not great. Not at all.
Not great at all.
We did get one win against Fulham, but we did get fucked up by Newcastle, so that was a painful one right there. So we're gonna initially start off with Man United versus Newcastle because that was the first game, Carabao Cup, fourth round tie.
Yeah, round of 16.
Round of 16, and we could not defend the title, boys, ladies and gentlemen.
We can't defend a fucking.
We can't defend a fucking.
We can't defend a serial killer if he's caught on camera. So let's get on with it.
We can't. I mean, we can't defend our right wing's wives. We can't defend the edge of the box. We can't defend the fucking titles. We can't defend a fucking game. We can't defend nothing. We have a defensive issue on our hands.
I mean, just like a wise man once said, United needs to improve in attacking, passing, defending. Still true. And that was 10 years ago, so...
Yeah. Also, transitions. And all the decisions made are tactical. Let's talk about Manchester United versus Newcastle. The lineups to start off with. We started with Dalot, Lindelof, Maguire, and Reguilon. A very average back line, nothing crazy. I never had a good... Lindelof hasn't been performing, so I don't know why he would start off at center back instead of Johnny Evans or even Varane, to say the least. I guess Varane has been injured recently, so it makes sense to not really start him. Who knows what's going on in the background, though.
Yeah.
Other than that, we did start Hannibal. He performed pretty well. We saw his energy overall during the game. He made some stupid tackles, though. He almost got a red.
But you know what? At this point, I think, like we mentioned against City, right? Like, we need people to just... give a shit and, run around and show some passion and desire. And I think Hannibal showed that. It's a different 100%. Thing that we have Hannibal and Casemiro in the midfield at the same time. You can't have two of those. You can have one or the other. But I thought it was good to see that from him. I know some fans thought that it was, inexperience. They wanted him to be calmer. But I thought that was fine. I didn't have an issue with that.
Yeah. I don't have an issue with Hannibal doing what he did, actually. Like, Casemiro needs to keep his calm, essentially, I guess, if Hannibal's already doing all that dog work. So, it's really... I did see the energy. He did play some good passes, but he also was clumsy throughout the game. He did make mistakes, as any inexperienced player would.
Yeah.
So, I'll give him credit. He played well. He definitely played better than Mount, in my opinion.
Who?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the one. And then we had Garnacho starting, Martial, and then Anthony, who... I have no words for Anthony, I guess.
Again,
I'm just gonna...
why? He's a why.
We don't have...
How much?
I mean...
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Let's move on.
Yeah. Move on from that. All right, so we conceded 3 goals off of that. We started off with the first one where Garnacho, trying to do what he does down the wing, lost the ball. Mount tried to go run back and get the ball back, but again, no tactical foul, no real aggression towards getting the ball, just gets bodied off the ball as easily as anyone would. My grandma would do better defending, and that says a lot. And then Dalot being Dalot, he was the funniest part. He was actually looking at his man the whole time. He kept turning around, turning and looking at his Almiron, but essentially just let him walk through and just. Almiron's not even the fastest player.
And he's not the strongest.
He's quick. He's not fast.
Yeah.
He has a quick step to him. He'll run into this position, but he's not that fast. Dalot should have done better. He could have bodied him too, but whatever. Can't blame Onana there. Yeah. And then we just ended up conceding the goal.
I mean, what was funny though, I saw some memes where people edited Onana as Bellingham because of the stance at the goal. We'll put that in. We'll put that into the podcast. But yeah, that was funny.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's Onana being Onana, doing his own thing. I mean, he's done a lot better since he started for United. His starts was bad, but he's been making saves.
Yeah.
They have been risky saves, though. We'll talk about that later, too. But, Dalot fucked up. We conceded a goal, and then the second goal comes up. Another one where Dalot fucked up. Maguire tried to clear the ball with his head. To be fair, he was a bit under pressure with another player. I don't know if it was Gordon or someone else. I forget.
Yeah, there was someone in the box.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I would expect him to do better there.
Yeah. He could have definitely done a little bit better and, like, get the ball a little further across. Yeah. But it is what it is. Lindelof was standing at the, like, not even edge of the box, kind of close to the edge of the box. Hannibal was, like, closer to the edge of the box. Maybe he should have pressed a little bit higher when the ball was received by Byrne? No.
It was Lewis Hall.
Lewis Hall, yeah. And he, to be fair, that kid, that was a good finish. That was a good fucking finish. He volleyed the ball right across the penalty box into the bottom corner. Onana can't do much about it. And Lindelof could have maybe blocked the shot, but he just got out of the way.
Yeah, he decided to move out of the way. He decided he didn't want to be a defender anymore.
Yeah, and then, just ghosting. And again, this is another one of the goals which, again, I'll have to talk about the edge of the box problem. Yeah. No one is ever there at the edge of the box.
Yeah.
No one's ever there for the second balls. I mean, even the first balls were ghosting, so why cry about the second balls, right?
I mean, Casemiro, like, if you go back to the beginning of this entire move, Casemiro is defending with Dalot.
Yeah.
Gordon moves into the box, but Casemiro's not following him. I couldn't find Casemiro when Lewis Hall got the volley. Like, I saw Hannibal beside Lindelof, but where was Casemiro?
The position, I just don't understand our positioning. Like, if Hannibal's playing as the number 10, then why is he that far back? And even if he is there, then maybe all three of our midfielders need to be kind of more central and more in position. That's the thing with Casemiro. Once he moves into one position and tries to defend something, he just forgets about everything else.
Yeah.
Like, Dalot and Casemiro just standing together. The fucking runner. I think Isaac was the runner. Or Willock? Willock or Isaac? Willock.
I think it was Willock, yeah. It was Willock.
Willock being the runner, Almiron playing a nice dink between two of our players, Casemiro and Dalot. And Dalot just doesn't follow through. Casemiro also just stands there and doesn't even try to get back into position to, like, cover the edge of the box. Or even more central positions. And we just conceded another goal. And, it just...
that was game over right there.
Yeah.
It's 2-0 in the first half. Again, like, United's not coming back from that.
Nothing
Especially
really.
not this team.
Yeah, and then we just didn't even create any good chances. Like, again, it was just a very average game, very normal half chances, nothing crazy, nothing special from any of our players.
Yeah.
And we were also, it's just, I don't know what's going on, man. But you want to talk about the third goal, I guess?
Yeah, so third goal, bring in Amrabat for the second half. Casemiro goes up injured. Amrabat comes in, like the second half, like Amrabat's playing well, like he's trying to move the ball. Yeah. But then, again, he just gets caught off the ball. There's no one to back up for him. In fact, Maguire and Lindelof are so deep that, once he loses the ball, it's a straight counter. And Lindelof, all three goals, like, I don't know, like, what's his problem? Like, fine, if you're a left back, you don't know how to defend, but
as a center back, he's played well for us in the past. Like, what the hell happened?
I don't know what's going on with him. Like, he, instead of trying to attack the ball, because beside him there's another runner which Maguire is clearly guarding, all you have to do is block the shot. And instead of doing that, he moves out of the way. For the third goal in a row, Lindelof moves out of the way.
Gordon makes a run. Maguire and Lindelof both try to follow him and just leave the man in the middle. Like, Willock, to be fair, Willock had a crazy nice finish. That was a nice bottom corner finish. And he just came back from injury too. Like, he's a talented player, and I wouldn't give him anything for that. But, like, crazy. It's just the way that we play. Our backline's always confused. No one's in position in the midfield. And then we always just end up blaming Onana for conceding all this shitty goals. And, I mean,
that was the game.
Yeah, there's nothing special to talk about with Newcastle. Like, it's just 3-0. Yeah. We did play a high block afterwards in the second half. Like, high press, sorry. I mean, the whole team was higher up. We were trying to attack. Again, could not create shit. It was Rashford came on. Højlund came on. Yeah. Anthony, the whole game, did not do jack shit. Obviously, he's always just cutting onto his left foot. Everyone can, like, predict what he's trying to do and ends up doing jack shit. Dalot went off. To be fair, Wan-Bissaka came on and he actually played pretty well. I'm going to give Wan-Bissaka credit for every time he's played this season, preseason, even, like, later in last season. Like, he's been playing really well. He's improved upon a lot of things. He's improved on his positioning, his man marking. We already knew his one-on-one defending is amazing. He's improved on his attacking, like his passing. whenever he even loses the ball, because he is a little clumsy, we know that, where he's not the best attacking wise, he's clumsy, he'll lose the ball, but he'll run back and recover those balls.
And I mean, like, we say Dalot is good offensively, like he's the better player. I think he has a good shot. I think he has a better shot than Wan-Bissaka, but when it comes to actual patterns of play and actually being a part of build-up, I think Wan-Bissaka is a much better player now.
Yep.
And I think it's time that, Dalot has to go.
Yeah.
Ten Hag wanted, he wanted right back, he wanted Frimpong, and I think Dalot needs to go. So, Serge, whenever you're coming in, you know what to do.
Who knows what the fuck he's gonna do? So, it's a matter of time. We're gonna wait and see, I guess, and what happens. But yeah, I guess that's the game. Not much else to talk about it. Nope. So we're going to move on to Man United Fulham. You want to start off with that?
Yeah, so let's start with the lineups. Andre Onana in goal, like always. Wan-Bissaka, right back. Maguire, Evans, center back. No Varane. There's
tactical. It was tactical.
All right, I won't get into that right now. Dalot left back. Scott McTominay, Eriksen, and Bruno as the midfield. I thought that was a very risky midfield. I'm not gonna lie. There's no balance.
No real CDM right there.
Eriksen was at the 6, and if you remember the game from last season against Brentford, heavily exposed. So that was scary to see that. But again.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we don't have much else going for us, so I'm okay with him playing this midfield. Like, we don't have anyone else. Amrabat does not play well.
I think this game, Ten Hag just put out the people he could trust.
Yeah.
He thought who could do a job. And then we had Garnacho, Anthony, and Højlund up top. I like that, except Anthony, of course.
No one likes Anthony.
I feel bad for him because I think he had a good start to last season. He showed a lot of promise, but he hasn't developed. And it doesn't seem like he wants to develop. Like, he goes back into his same old habits. At this point, every single defender knows what he's going to do. And you can put Ahil at left back and, he would defend Anthony at this point,
Oh, yeah, 100%. I'll just stand there and I'll not do anything.
Yeah, just
just
wait for him to cut in. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, I'll just force him onto the right side, onto the wing, and he's not doing jack shit, though. Yeah. He'll just pass the ball back and I'm good. All right, I don't have to do anything.
All right. Anyway, so let's get back into the game. I think they had a good start to the game. United, they pressed high. Again, I think before the game there was a banner in the away end which says "Play like you mean it," and I think the players took that seriously. At least for the start. I saw real intent in the beginning. Saw a lot of half chances, corners, and stuff. And then let's get to the main talking point of this game, other than the goal. 8th minute is a free kick. I think it was Bruno or Eriksen, one of them throws the ball in.
I think it was Bruno that crossed it in.
Yeah, so Bruno crosses the ball into the back post. Garnacho, real good run to, put that back across the box. And it was Scott McTominay again with the finish. I think that's mixed sauce. And, justifying why Ten Hag selected him as one of the midfielders. But then VR decided that, the rules are not the same. I think the rules are just not the same for all other teams and Man United. I think United just is not getting any luck with the decisions, and we're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into this later, but apparently Maguire was offside, but they didn't say he was offside. They said it was a subjective offside. Now let me tell you what the purpose of VAR is.
All right.
VAR was brought in to eliminate clear and obvious errors from the game.
Yep.
The term subjective by itself means that one person can interpret that one way and another person can interpret it another way. Right?
Yeah.
If you're a mathematician, which I'm not, but you are, Rahul. Correct me if I'm wrong. Subjective, the probability of a subjective decision is 50-50 or close to that.
I mean, it depends on the situation. Again, how many people are involved.
Depends on the situation.
Probabilities depend on a lot of different aspects.
Depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Is it clear and obvious? Does that mean clear and obvious?
I don't even think it was. I mean, he was offside, but he did not interfere with the play.
Let's forget that. What was the final decision? They said it was a subjective offside.
It's just fucked.
Right? Is that clear and obvious? Does that tell you it's clear and obvious? It doesn't tell me it's clear and obvious. It tells me it's subjective. It means anyone can make any decision based on their mood of the day and if they like Man United or don't. So
yeah, well, and no one really likes Man United. Not even their fans right now. So,
but that doesn't mean like you go in and you just decide to take away goals when they should stand in a regular scenario. Like VAR was not brought in to find any excuse possible to eliminate goals. They were brought in to eliminate clear and obvious mistakes, and this was not a clear and obvious mistake. I'll tell you another reason why. Because it wasn't the VAR officials that decided this was a subjective offside. They told the referee, whose initial decision was that it's a goal.
Yeah.
To go back and look onto the screen, and then make an opinion about whether or not Maguire was offside, or if he was interfering with the play. Now you see hundreds of goals given every single month in the Premier League, where there's a free kick, there's a tussle in the box, there might be a player from the attacking team that's offside but is trying to go for the ball. They don't reach the ball, they don't touch the opposition defender. Someone else who's in an onside position gets the ball and they score, and the goal stands. VAR doesn't come in and try to piece by piece figure out, how do we take a goal away from this team? They don't do that. I don't understand why this has been going on for so long. You look at someone like Arteta, who got a decision given against him, and again he goes on a full tirade of why VAR is a disgrace and we should take it out. But I don't know why Manchester United, the organization, doesn't do anything about this. Arsenal released a statement today saying that it's unacceptable what happened. Why aren't we doing that? And we'll get into this later about all the different decisions that have been given against us. But things like this completely changed the momentum of the game, and I thought it was just a very terrible decision, and it was a shit call.
It was a stupid call. It ruined the game. It ruined the flow of the game. We lost momentum at that point. Our team, the thing is, the littlest of things, our team just doesn't have the composure or the will to keep that momentum going. And any little decision against us, we get fucked.
And we don't have the confidence. So when things like this happen, our heads drop, and then it's just whatever, refs are against us like always. What's the point playing?
It's kind of crazy, but let's move on from that. Obviously, it's something that we can't really do much about. Obviously, we can talk about it. There's nothing really to it. We actually do have a whole segment about this later into the video. So let's talk about the Fulham game. Let's move on. But what happened after that?
I mean, nothing else happened after that.
Exactly. Just the whole game was half chances, no real clear opportunities, and then in the end, towards the end of the game, we ended up scoring a goal.
And it was
a scrappy goal. Nothing. I mean, it was a good finish. Bruno did well. He faked the two players out of the fucking position. He made a nice shot into the bottom right corner of the net. The goalkeeper was caught off. Couldn't do shit about it.
Yeah.
But to be fair, in that run of play, after Palestri came on, after Garnacho, Garnacho started.
Yeah, Garnacho, but he was if you saw the last 10 minutes, he was the one who was putting the pressure. Him and Palestri on the wings, they were the ones that were putting pressure on the Fulham defenders.
Yep. And them putting pressure, Martial playing. Martial is also kind of trying to press around. Yeah. He's been playing kind of better. He hasn't been as lazy as he used to be. So him coming on with fresh legs, that definitely helped. Palestri instead of Anthony helped a lot. And Bruno got the ball. We finished, but apart from that, the game was pretty stale. There's nothing to do with it. I woke up in the morning at 8:30 a.m. to watch the game, and I was sleepy, and I was just falling asleep throughout the game because nothing was really happening. After that 8-minute fiasco of VAR just doing what VAR does the best, I literally was just falling asleep throughout the game.
Yeah.
I had more fun watching cricket, which I would never say in my life because I do not have fun watching it. But it's funny how we can't even do anything. I mean, I'm looking at the stats right now. We did have more possession, but only by 10%, so 55 to 45. Yeah. Fulham had more shots, 18 to 12. Fulham had less shots on target, though. Yeah. But again, them having more shots is a deal in itself. Fulham's not a great team.
It's not.
They have some individual players that can do something insane. Like Paulinho is an amazing player. We talked about him last time.
And he had a great performance.
And he did. He also had one really good opportunity that he sky it or Onana saved it, I think.
I think Onana saved that one.
Yeah. Bottom top left corner, top bins almost, and he saved it. Paulina had a great performance. Andres Pereira, he always ends up creating something or the other. Willian, again, another player. They're all just inconsistent performers, but when they do perform, they can create something out of the blue. So, nothing really to discuss about it.
Can you tell me something, Akbar?
Yeah.
How is it that we had the worst Brazilian to ever play in the Premier League, who we said has a fake Brazilian passport, in Andres Pereira.
I mean, that was also Fred, so.
Let's be honest. Fred had his moments.
Fred did. He had that back heel and those extra stuff. Yeah.
And how do we replace him with the worst Brazilian to ever play in the Premier League in Anthony? Not only that, United spent 100 million euros on that guy.
You know what?
Please explain.
I have no explanation. Ten Hag wanted him, I guess. We signed him. I thought he was better than he looks right now, but obviously coming into the team, he scored a couple beautiful finishes into the top bins. Even against City, he fucking scored a nice banger of a goal. But again, those goals didn't matter too much. He didn't win us any games. He hasn't ever really made a difference in a game, I would think. And he's just been stupid, like really, really bad. And again, we don't have a lot of good right wingers, so there's no really any competition. Pelestri's good.
I think like if you're gonna give Anthony, I don't know, like how many games has he played for United since he's joined?
A lot.
Yeah, pretty much. If he's fit, he's playing. Like I think that's what happens. Like why can't we give Pelestri 5-6 games in a row? Why can't we give Garnacho 5-6 games in a row? Like just take off Anthony and Rashford for a while, because them playing or not playing does not make a difference at this point.
I agree. I do very much agree. I guess one by one, Ten Hag is trying to make that change. I guess well, Garnacho did start last time. Pelestri and Garnacho had one game that they started together. I forget which one it was. But it's been a while. Yeah, but it's been a while since then. So I do feel they should get another chance. Pelestri, the thing is, like, again, Pelestri is also clumsy. They're both young players. They don't have enough experience and enough game time, so they are clumsy. They do make stupid decisions, but again, it's better than what Anthony and Rashford do, and they'll help us defensively, right? Because these players do have a high work rate. They do bring the energy into the team.
But you know what? Like I saw, like you mentioned, right? Like these players are inexperienced. They make mistakes.
Yeah.
But I noticed something last game. You know how we conceded against Newcastle the first goal where Garnacho loses the ball? The same thing happened this game, but Garnacho makes a tactical foul right away to get a yellow card to prevent that attack.
Rashford would never do that.
So these players, like they'll make mistakes, but they also learn.
Yeah.
And they try not to make these mistakes. Why? Because they actually care and they play like they mean it, just like the fans want. So I think just bin off these couple of players for the next few games and just give these kids a chance.
We do need that. I mean, Manu's coming back, so I'm hoping that he ends up starting a couple of games or like at least getting some game time.
Yeah.
Mount's ghosting, so let's just keep him on the bench and let him ghost there. Amad Diallo is someone I do really want to watch, but again, he's had a lot of injury stuff, so hopefully he can come back and we can see him perform. But by the time he comes back, I think it's going to be like mid-season pretty much, so let's see. Slowly but surely, we're getting our squad back. People are coming back from injury. One player that has a disciplinary issue is never coming back. I don't think so. I think he's going to get sold in the January window. So.
I mean, I don't even know. Why would I even want that player?
Yeah.
Like, he's such a waste of talent, man, honestly.
Apparently, he's valued at 50 mil, so I'll take the 50 mil over him. 30, 40, 50 mil.
Yeah. I would take 10 million for him.
That's a little extra, but
I know we talk shit about Anthony and how he's just dog shit, doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
But at least every time he puts on a shirt, he puts in a shift at least, right?
He tries.
Like, what fucking Sancho, man? Like, such a kid, such a petulant fucking child. Like, bro, I can't, bro.
Yeah. Well, let's. I guess let's move on. But yeah, Man U Fulham game, nothing special happened, but we did get the 3 points, so it's good. And then a lot of teams actually dropped points this week, so it plays in our favor. Arsenal, Liverpool, Brighton, Villa, all 4 of them drop points, and that's going to get us closer to the top 4, top 5. Gives me a little bit more confidence in the team that maybe we make it to the Europa League spots or top, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, in this match week, let's talk about the other games, right? I want to start off with Liverpool Luton.
All right, yeah. So that was earlier today.
Yeah.
For you, those of you watching, we're recording this on Sunday, so that was earlier today, and Liverpool dropped points, which was always good to know as a United fan.
Yep, 100%.
It makes your day better.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think I didn't watch the game, but let's talk about the 2 goals. Luton scored in the 80th minute, right off a counter attack from a corner that Liverpool had. And that counter attack was pretty good. I'm gonna lie. It reminded me of prime Real Madrid Jose Mourinho counter attacks. Just like going from a corner, just 3 players just running full speed, and you know 2 passes. All it took was 2 passes. Barkley running with the ball, passing it to the right winger. The right winger gets the ball on the wing, puts it in the box, and Chong with a good finish. So
it was a perfect pass into the box, right? Like Chong got it right to his foot. Chong put a really good finish under the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper was rushing at him, and he got the goal. And Chong, our ex-United player, one of our boys.
Let's go.
So good for us. I mean, good for him. Good for us too, I guess. He helped us kind of get closer to Liverpool on the table. We're still pretty far off, but closer than before.
We're honestly, like, for all the shit Ten Hag's getting this season and the team's getting this season, we're only 6 points behind.
It's the thing is it's more about, I think, why people are disappointed is because we had a really good run like mid-season, and like we did have a clumsy run towards the end of the season last year, but yeah, a lot of injuries, a lot of other stuff. Every good manager comes in, and this club has like institutional issues, right? So we have issues at the top. A lot of things just fall off. But yeah, I mean.
But despite all that, it's just 6 points. So
it's not that bad. But we're not close enough to win the league or anything. But again, it's still too early to say or anything. We're never gonna win the league, and not in the future. I don't think so. So let's see. What else?
And then, let's talk about the Liverpool equalizer.
Oh, yeah. Diaz came on.
And, you know, much respect.
Respect the dude.
Respect to the dude. Like, his dad's still kidnapped by Mafia in Colombia. And, no, he didn't play the last game. Obviously, it's understandable. But he decided that, you know, like, he'll play this game. He'll play for the shirt. And he'll contribute. And he scored a nice header.
Actually, it was a shoulder.
It was a shoulder. But, you know, like, he showed that intent. He showed the mental fortitude to, you know, play and actually give a shit about his team. And it's sad to see from a Liverpool player because like we lack that so much.
Liverpool has that culture though. The players actually do fight for the badge. They do fight for the wins. They fight for everything that they can, and it's sad to see United players just never don't. They just never do. I told you when we were watching the goal, no United player would have went for that header apart from maybe Højlund. Because, I mean, he is tall, so he can probably make those. But, like, Diaz isn't the tallest player, but he's good in the air. Jota's not the tallest player, but he's good in the air. So they would jump for those headers. And they would fight for those balls. Again, no United player right now is going to fight for those balls. And that sounds so wrong on so many levels. But, yeah, it is what it is. Respect to Diaz. Great goal. Got his team 1 point.
And, you know, we just hope that, you know, they return to that safely.
Hopefully things will work out for them. Hopefully nothing crazy happens. We can just hope for the best. And the world's not a great place right now. There's a lot of shit going on. So hopefully all of that resolves and like we see some better things in the future. But moving on from the sad parts and the sad realities of life, let's talk about Arsenal and Newcastle. 1-0. Newcastle won. Woo. I mean, we can start your discussion on like the thing you wanted to talk about, starting with this game. I guess you want to take it off?
So let's first talk about Newcastle Arsenal. I got to watch the second half, and you know, and from what I've read and what I've heard, Arsenal didn't create much. Like, yes, they gave a fight. Like it was a grind between both teams, but Arsenal didn't create much. Like, even if you look at XG, I think Newcastle got close to one, and Arsenal had like half a goal. So. I think Newcastle, like, even based on the second half performance that I've seen, like, they fought better. You know, like, they gave a shit. They wanted it more than Arsenal today, and I think they deserved the win. But there were a couple of decisions. I know Arsenal fans won't like to hear this, but I think Havertz should have been sent off in the first half. We have differing opinions, but we see that all the time. Like, there's been instances where, you know, Pogba's done that, Casemiro's done that, they've both been sent off. Casemiro's actually been sent off for less than that because, like, last season, he at least won the ball. Like, he won the ball, then he got the man, and he got sent off. Like, Havertz was nowhere close to the ball. Like, very late on the shit.
He just ran into the thing. I mean, I didn't see it too well. Like, I just watched the highlights, and the highlights didn't show the best view of the tackle, but I know it was a nasty one. It didn't look like it was a very clean one. I could see that the shin, the studs hit the shin or the ankle, some part of it. And, you know, if it's a clear thing, if it's clearly that the studs are hitting you're higher than your foot, you gotta give it, man. You gotta give it. And
it went to VAR.
Yeah, and that's where VAR should come in. Like, if the ref didn't make the right decision, VAR should come in. You should go watch it in VAR and make the decision. But things don't always work out in, I guess, the team's. I don't know. It was a lot of players crying. I know there's like a whole drama and like a lot of things happened in that game. But yeah, let's.
I mean, but yeah, I think that challenge, in a way, I think it elevated the game because it raised the emotions both sides. Like Bruno Guimaraes, like he straight up coastlined Jorginho, should have been sent off, wasn't. I think the refereeing was just terrible the entire game.
I mean, honestly, if you don't give one decision, don't give the other one too. So I guess I'll take that.
Yeah. But I think from what I've heard, because I didn't watch the first half, there are a lot of Newcastle players got booked. I heard that not all of them were deserved. So I don't know. I haven't watched the game, so I won't comment on that. But for what I've seen, I thought like Howard should have been sent off right away, and Bruno should have been as well. And then moving on to the second half, I think the main thing in the second half was the goal. Again, there are 3 decisions in that same play that went in Newcastle's favor.
Yeah.
Which would not have gone. Not a single one of them would have gone in United's favor if that happened to us, and I'll tell you why, piece by piece.
All right.
All right. Let's start with the first. The first decision. The ball seemingly goes out of play, but we've seen from multiple angles that it doesn't. So the referee correctly says that the ball's in play. The second decision, the same player who retrieves the ball close to the touchline, puts the ball in the box. I think it was Joel Linton that was on Gabriel's back or something. Apparently there appears to be a nudge, which wasn't given again in Newcastle's favor. Joel Linton gets the ball. He heads it to Gordon, and this one was another shocker. So we have so much money in the Premier League, but we can't seem to find cameras that just give us a bird's eye view. Because if we had a bird's eye view camera like we did in the World Cup, a lot of these decisions wouldn't even be controversial. So just because we didn't have a conclusive angle, whether or not Gordon was offside, because Gabriel's body was blocking all of Gordon's body, the goal stood. Now, I don't know if that's right or wrong, but let's talk about the ball going out of play. Same thing happens in Man United versus Brighton. Rashford retrieves the ball close to the touchline. It looks like it's out of play, but we've seen from multiple angles after the game that the ball was in play. Rashford crosses the ball to Højlund. Højlund scores. The score would have been 1-1. The game could have turned out entirely different.
He wouldn't have the 007 title either.
No. I mean, I don't think that's serious because he's top scorer of the Champions League, you know.
I mean, it's like just for the Prem, for the sake of the Prem. But people doing what they do best and troll United players, and United players trolling their own players. So it is what it is. But sorry, go ahead.
So, first decision. Second decision, Joel Linton or Gabriel. Again, you see this multiple times. I don't even know. Like, it should have been a foul, should have been not a foul.
How bad was that nudge?
I didn't think it was that serious. Again, one referee would give that and another referee won't. But I just know for a fact that if it was United, it would have been against us. So, and then lastly, the offsides. I mean, how many times have we seen in the Premier League that we don't have angles to give to determine whether or not a goal's offside or not?
I think we have the angles. It's just the fucking VAR team. They don't know what they're looking at. They just don't choose the right angles to look at things.
They don't choose the right angles. They don't choose the right parts of the body to determine whether or not a player's offside.
They make communicative mistakes like we saw last time when Liverpool and they accepted it, the goal should have stood, but they just
I don't know, man. I think VAR is just shit. I think we should just throw it out. The entire point of VAR was to take out uncertainty from the game, but we're still having subjective and opinionated decisions.
We have more uncertainty now than ever.
Yeah, so why don't we just take it out? Take out the fact that VAR takes away from the drama, because every time someone scores a goal, we have to wait 10 or 15 seconds.
It's a waste of time. It's momentum. The game's momentum's shifting. It just doesn't make sense. We have too many stoppages.
The worst thing is there's incorrect decisions. Clear and obvious incorrect decisions happening from VAR. So what's the point?
It's just ruining the game. I don't know what's going on. I would want VAR there. I want it to work because it is a good it is technology. Technology should be part of it. A lot of sports actually use video reviews and everything in different ways or another. Cricket has those, you have to call for the review. The tennis always has a review. Tennis players also have to call for the reviews and whatnot. And it's kind of weird. American football, that has, reviews. Anything, any and every fucking sport has reviews, and they're doing it correctly. Except for us. So,
But I mean, yeah, that was the Newcastle Arsenal game.
Yeah.
1-0 to Newcastle. I thought it was deserved.
Yeah.
A lot of shit refereeing decisions, but
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is.
I mean, even though you say the stats were actually like pretty close, actually Arsenal had more shots, but like Newcastle had more shots on target. Arsenal had more position, obviously. Newcastle's not exactly the most possession-based team. They just press high and kind of go from there type of situation. So, but yeah, I guess Newcastle did deserve the win. I would say that too. They do fight for every game they play for, and then it kind of went on from there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's that, and then I guess.
All right. So just on VAR and Man United.
Yeah.
So there is actually a study going on. It's a continuous study on ESPN about all the teams in the Premier League and how VAR has affected them.
Yeah.
So let's start with Man City.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 115 charges, Premier League. What are you gonna do about that? 115 charges. 115 charges.
Do nothing.
How many?
115.
115 charges.
And do nothing.
Everton apparently have done a minor financial mismanagement, and they might be docked points this season, which could potentially relegate them.
That's crazy.
But 115 charges, Premier League. What are you doing?
That'll be fucked. If Everton ever actually loses points, it'll be sad.
It'll be terrible.
Because they're definitely gonna. I mean, they're coming back this season right now. Their performances are coming back. They did what they drew against
Brighton.
Brighton, yeah. And Brighton's a strong team. Like defensively, they're obviously not the best, but again, attacking wise, they're a great team. They do their thing.
So anyways, Man City has profited the most out of VAR this season, and Man United has been impacted the most.
Interesting.
All right, so let's look at all the decisions that are clear and obvious VAR, but you decided that you want to fuck up. So let's go over them. So let's start off with the first one. Alejandro Garnacho disallowed for offside against Arsenal.
That was an unfortunate one.
Yeah, PGMOL and VAR don't know which body part to use to determine whether or not a player is offside. So we're just going to leave it at that. It was the 88th minute. If United scored that, they'll probably win. United and Arsenal would be level on points.
Yep.
And Arteta would probably be sacked by now. So let's move past that. The second decision. Rasmus Højlund against Arsenal. Gabriel, straight up.
It's like pulls him down.
That was
a crazy one too. Like you just fucking grab the dude and just push him down. Like fucking hell.
Oh my god. And VR decided not to give that. But a small tug on Rodri in the Manchester derby, and you want to call a penalty for that. Where is the consistency?
Yeah, actually, Rodri did really well acting wise there. Like he pulled out an Oscar-worthy performance on the pitch. So
I mean, I don't know.
Better than Bruno, some would say.
Yeah. I think next Christopher Nolan movie, I think we got to see some of Rodri's, talent. So
a nice Spaniard playing a role in one of those. But
All right. So that was two in the same game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Two in the same game. Arsenal United would be level on points, and Arteta would have been sacked by now. So let's move past that. All
right, move on.
Let's move on. Rasmus Højlund disallowed goal against Brighton. Clear angle showed that Rashford actually kept the ball in.
Yep.
But PGMOL and VAR don't have those angles live at the game.
They chose to use another one.
Again, the on-field decision was a goal, but VAR decided that they're gonna give a subjective opinion on this, not a clear and obvious error, and they disallowed a goal. So
nothing's clear and obvious to VAR.
Nothing's clear and obvious anymore. So let's move past that. All right. We spoke about the penalty for Højlund, and then let's talk about the handballs. United Tottenham. Christian Romero clearly saves it. It's a great save. Close range. Like not a lot of keepers would save that.
Onana would probably lose it.
Yeah, exactly. Like it would go right past him as if
even De Gea near post, not a good plot.
But Romero, handles the ball in the box. No penalty. The same Christian Romero, 2 penalties against Arsenal. PGMO VAR, what are you doing?
Some would say he's good at ball handling.
Very good at ball handling, Romero. If you want to pleasure Rahil, then at least.
Hey, yo, relax.
Alright, and the last one was McTominay against Fulham. And we already spoke about that. So, VR just decides that one rule applies to all the 19 teams in the Premier League and another applies to Man United. So, what do you got to say about that?
Yeah, I got nothing, bro. It's just it's a funny thing, right? Like I saw stats a while ago. I know you say that the things have been United's not in United's favor this season recently. I did see stats for the past couple seasons somewhere on one of the reviewers on YouTube, and they said that obviously that United did have a lot of things in favor of them overall. Yeah. Like there was a lot of things against them, but also a lot of things that played for in our favor.
I don't know. I can't even count one off the top of my head.
Yeah, not right now, but like in the past, in like the past 2-3 seasons, probably, or something like that. I don't remember what the stats are based off.
I think there's a stat out there somewhere. I think it was the 1920 season where Klopp pointed out United's getting a lot of penalties, and then right after that, we stopped getting them. Like we're literally at the bottom of teams that are awarded penalties, and there are multiple instances, even this season, where Rashford's been fouled, Pellistri's been fouled, and there's no penalties. Like we'd never get the benefit of the doubt, But it's different for other Premier League teams. Like you look at someone like Liverpool, you look at teams like Arsenal, Man City, like they get those decisions, but we don't get those decisions anymore. Yeah. So
I mean, there's not much to say on this discussion, but I guess add it to the comments. Tell us what you think, like about VAR, about teams getting decisions in their favor, out of favor. What do you think? If you have any suggestions or feedback? Let's see. Let's give them as much shit as we can and see if VAR can improve their performance. Because I know United's not performing, but someone has to perform on the pitch, right? So,
yeah. All right, so let's get into the predictions. First game, Copenhagen away in the Champions League. Must-win game for United. What do you think?
I mean, I know before we were having a discussion about the predictions too, we both, I'm pretty sure, feel like it is a must-win.
Yeah.
And we probably should win. But seeing the recent performances, I don't know. I think we might draw this. I think it's going to be like a... Because our away performances have been bad. Our general performances have been bad. Like, I don't know. I think it's going to be 1-1. I think it's going to be a draw.
No. I think United's going to win. And it's going to be 1-0. I think it's going to be another...
Close game
and a stoppage time equalizer.
Stoppage time, all right.
Sorry, why is the equalizer? Stoppage time winner for Man United.
Because you low-key know we're not going to win that game.
No. United got this in the bag.
All right, well, we'll see. All right, so the next one we got is Luton at home.
All right, I'll start off. 1-0 home win for Man United.
Interesting. I feel like we're going to win this game. We're both on the same page there, but I think it's going to be a bigger win. I'd say 2-0 to 3-1 to Man United.
You're a lot confident.
Hey, yo, look,
we're not scoring 3 goals.
We're conceding against Luton. That's going to be funny. That's going to be number 1. And I think we can score 3 goals. That thing is, they do have big players, and they do have a very defensive... I don't know. I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to stick to the 3-1. 3-1 win against Luton.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, and then we go into international break. Again, such a stupid thing. I don't know why we do this again and again. Why don't we just play all the qualifiers in the summer and just play out the season? God knows, man.
They structured the seasons in a way that I don't know. I don't know why they do it. It's just, I guess it gives the players a break. I don't even know if it gives the players a break. Hopefully,
it doesn't. It clearly doesn't, because players complain about it all the time. They don't want these international games anymore. Yeah, and then you have to go around, play with a different team, come back to your team, and then hopefully it resets the mood for our players, resets some things, and then they come back with a positive mindset. But again, every player has a different experience because they play for different teams, and then so let's see. Next game is Everton away after the international break. No. And Everton recently has been performing well. They have been coming back. They've been playing a very low block, obviously a defensive team. I think it's going to be a draw 0-0. 1-0 for Man United.
1-0. Interesting. That was pretty confident of you, I guess. All right. Let's see. The next one is a spicy one.
Yep, this one's going to decide whether or not United's in the Champions League. Let's be honest. It's
Galatasaray away in the Champions League. We fucked up the first game. But Onana's been playing well since then, so I guess he's not going to make the same mistakes he did. I don't know, man. I don't think we're winning this. I don't think so.
So, what do you think?
It's going to be an L.
think it's gonna be an L.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
2-1 loss to United.
Just like the past 3 results, 1-0 Man United, and we're through.
Through to the Champions League. I hope we do, but I don't know, man. I think we're going back to the Europa League and losing to Sevilla. The classic.
Do you think they're gonna qualify this year?
Yeah, I think so. They always make it.
Like, you mean they're gonna finish third?
Yeah.
Who's in the group?
It's Arsenal's group, right?
Oh yeah, it's Arsenal, Lens, and some other shit team.
Champions League. Arsenal, Lens, Sevilla, PSV. See, so they're third right
they're
now.
Gonna finish third. Fuck. No, you know what? No, we're qualifying. So yeah, we're gonna avoid Sevilla.
No,
that's Liverpool's problem. Like, you know what? Let the shit team handle another shit team. Like, we don't worry about that.
Hey yo, that shit team's gonna fuck us up later in this season. All right, let's get back into line. Galatasaray we already discussed.
And the last
I think
one,
we're gonna lose. What did I say? What was my prediction? Yeah, I forgot.
You said an L, but you didn't say.
Yeah, no, I said L. Yeah, no, we're definitely losing. 2-0 loss to Galatasaray, or 2-1. Did I say? I don't know. Yeah, next one's Newcastle away. Another away game. Another one with Newcastle. That's another L coming our way. This one's not going to be as bad as the first one. Not going to be 3-0 because we're probably going to start with the... Actually, no, I don't know. He's playing the better teams in the Champions League, so...
Yeah, and Rafael Varane out for tactical reasons.
Yep, definitely out for tactical reasons. 2-0 loss.
1-0 Man United.
Oh my god. Did you do 1-0 for all of these games?
Yeah, we're going to win the next 5 games 1-0.
Oh my god, you being stupid, bro.
Like, we're not scoring more than 1, but...
Consistently shit.
I think Harry Maguire's going to be a rock at the back.
Harry Maguire's a rock at the back. He's been doing well.
Yeah.
But, like, again, everyone's been shit, so I don't know. He just looks good.
Yeah, he played well against Fulham.
Fair, he did.
Yeah, so.
He did. But yeah, that's that for the predictions. Oh, we have one last thing that we normally do. Player of the week and clown of the week.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
We forgot about that shit.
Yeah.
All right.
You gotta give credit to the lads that deserve it, and gotta give shit to the lads that deserve that too. I mean, most of our players deserve shit. So
I don't even know who to give clown of the week.
No.
Like
Actually, who?
Yeah. See, like, that's why I don't even count it. But you can go first. All right, who's your clown of the week?
It's a tough one between two ghosts. Actually, there's a couple, man. I don't even know.
Yeah,
I could give it to Lindelof, but we already gave it to him last week. You gave it to him last week.
Yeah.
We could give it to Mount.
Who?
The Mount Rushmore?
That plays football?
Sometimes.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah. Yeah, that was not a good one. But yeah. And then Anthony.
What? Why? How much?
Or Dalot.
Yeah.
I think the most deserving at this point is Dalot for clown of the week because obviously he fucked up the 2 goals. He went off and then he seemed to play a bit better, but nothing crazy.
Yeah,
I would go with Dalot for now. Mount is a close second for me, and then I guess Anthony's also pretty shit. So, but he's not. Yeah. Well, yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not gonna count Mount because.
Who?
Yeah, it's just like we play with 10 men when he plays, so.
True.
Let's just ignore him.
Hey, he has a good work rate though. He runs around all over the pitch.
Yeah,
he's everywhere but nowhere at the same time.
So does, I don't know, Usain Bolt. He doesn't play soccer.
Alright, I guess.
I'm not gonna count Anthony because I think he's just playing because out of necessity.
Yeah. They don't have a real right winger apart from Palestri and yeah. So.
I'm not gonna give to Dalot because he played a bit better against Fulham. He played left back. Like, he was okay. Didn't concede any chances. I don't know, man.
But then again, who is there in Fulham that could really do much of damage?
You know what? Let's give it to VAR. VAR, you're a fucking clown, and I hope I can give the support to you
Fair play,
every single week. So, VAR, you're the clown of the week.
It's a good one, Alex. I'll agree with that one.
Yeah.
But still, I'm going to stick to Dallo. All right. Next one. Player of the week. That's going to be it.
There have been a couple of shouts. I think there have been 3. three or four players I think that have done decent. I'm gonna say I'll just list it out and then I'll give you my actual player of the week. I think Maguire has done well.
Yep, he's been playing well.
He's done well. Like he went down early against Fulham. Like looked like it was a concussion, but stayed on and
he
still
fought through it.
Headed everything that came his way. So
slab head for the win.
Slap head, much respect. And Wan-Bissaka did really well against Fulham.
100%.
Very solid, good in the build-up. Garnacho, I know it's not the most popular choice, but yeah. I just like his work rate and his intent every single time he's with the ball.
Yep.
And I'm gonna say Pellistri.
Interesting.
I don't think we score the goal unless Pellistri's on the pitch. He won the ball. He wins the ball back against the Fulham player. Then he tries to cross the ball, doesn't work, but he's still pressing, wins the ball back. Martial wins the ball back, bounces off the Newcastle player again. Bruno tries the ball to Scott McTominay, bounces off a Fulham player again. Pellistri passes the ball to Bruno, and then Bruno scores.
Oh, it was a crazy run of play.
And Pellistri's been the center of the entire goal, and it's well deserved. And I think I'll give it to Maguire just because of all the shit he's been getting recently, and I think he's done well to bounce back. So yeah, Harry Maguire with Pellistri close second.
We've been the people that gave him shit. I gave him a lot of shit.
Yeah,
and I call myself Maguire when we play soccer. But yeah, more on that later, I guess, another time. But yeah, at least I guess Maguire does deserve all the credit. I would want to give it to him, but because you already selected him, I kind of want to give it to Onana or Wan-Bissaka. Onana's been playing really well. He's been making the saves. But again, I wanted to talk about this earlier in the video too. He makes very risky saves. Because when he does save the ball, it just goes into the wrong areas. It doesn't go into, you're not clearing the ball or putting them into safe areas while you're saving. Because that's also one of the bigger responsibilities of a goalkeeper. But again, he was never exactly the biggest, the best shot stopper. But he has been doing well, and I guess that's going to be part of the process of improving him.
Yeah.
Because they had a plan for him, and they would put him on a special training plan or some shit, and it's been working so far. So hopefully this is part of it.
Yeah.
And he improves on those. But just because of that, and because Wan-Bissaka has made such a big improvement under Erik ten Hag, I'm going to give it to him.
Yeah.
Because Dalot being the shitty defender that he is on the right. Wan-Bissaka comes in. He did have a little shaky start, but once he got his feet together, once he got his momentum going, he was in the right positions in the midfield when they needed him, right positions to receive a pass, to pass the ball.
Yeah.
He lost the ball on a couple of occasions, but he also ran back to recover it, and he made some recoveries, great slide tackles.
Yeah.
We already know he's a great one-on-one defender. And his positioning and man marking used to be absolutely shit.
Yeah.
But these days he's been doing pretty good, so I'm going to give him credit.
Yeah,
I've always liked him. He is a bit clumsy still. He does need to get a little bit better with his crossing and his passing and stuff, but shout out to him, man. He's been coming back. He's been putting in the performances that we wanted him to put in since day one, so I'll give it to him. Wan-Bissaka for me.
Yeah,
and credit to Pellistri too. He's been doing fucking great. He came on, he put in the energy and got us the goal.
I hope he gets around games now.
Yeah,
especially
hopefully.
Against Luton at home. I think that should be one game where you give him a chance.
I wouldn't even mind giving him a game against Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Because Anthony's not doing much anyway. I would want Wan-Bissaka and Pellistri to run him down that right side, because that would be actually interesting, because Pellistri can be that wide man and Wan-Bissaka's already playing that inside channel, right?
Yeah.
So that would be nice to see. And again, Rashford's already on the bench or not playing because of whatever happened.
Yeah.
So Garnacho, Højlund, and Pellistri are young men coming back on, bringing the energy. I'd love to see how it goes.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I think that's that for us.
Yeah, it's been a long episode, lots of topics, heated discussions, and I think that's just been the fiber on United at this moment. It's just been stressful, but we still love watching the team every week. So
we've been fans since we were kids. We're gonna support the team through and through.
Yeah,
we're gonna give them shit where they need it, and we're gonna help them kind of move on. I'm gonna support my team always, day one. But yeah, that's that. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Share your thoughts on the different games. I know not all of you are United fans. and all of you love to give United shit. So give them shit, leave them feedback in the comments, see what you think about VAR. And yeah, I guess we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah. All right.
Peace.
Take care. Bye.